Hey, what's going on YouTube? MarineX back at it again. Listen, we got to talk about EDC, man. Who's going to be the king of EDC? You know, I've had a lot of gripe, moans, and complaints when it comes to the 511 Rush 2.0. And for the last few weeks, man, I've been testing out this VertX Ready Pack 2.0, man, and it's been quite impressive. But I mean, let's talk about like which one might be for you. All right, so I'm gonna do a little one wheeling. So I got everything I need. Got my helmet, check. Let's see, got my med kit, check, and of course, you know, I got the one wheel. So let me just attach the med kit to my bag and let's get up out of here. Wait, this is the perk for the 511 bag. Of course, the 511 bag is MOLLE everywhere. So if you got something you're trying to attach to the outside quickly, of course, if it's MOLLE compatible, then you might want to have this on the outside. I mean, I'm not a one wheel expert by any means. So having the ability to attach this to the outside of my bag, quickly rip away my kit just in case I get in trouble or I get into a fall or something like that and I want somebody to be able to help me out, that might be an advantage to having MOLLE all over the outside of your freaking bag. And I won't lie, when I put stuff into this bag and I decide to kind of roll out, it's not so bad to have, you know, that options to be able to quickly grab something. You know, I kind of take that whenever I want to ride the one wheel. It's kind of an advantage for me. So advantage for that, man, for outdoor activities, I kind of got to give that to 511. Well, VertX, I'm sure you'll have your day soon. Whatever your jam is, I got to give 511 this one for the ease of use for e-sport type stuff. Yeah, 511, that's all you, man. Hands down, that has to go to 511. Let's talk about a scenario like right now. Which one gives you more of a Starbucksy vibe? Now, of course, being completely tactical is not a completely negative thing. For situations like right now, right? This bag is just it's kind of just, you know, but I'm always down with this good old, I think they call it like this toy soldier print, which is kind of this khaki color and mixed with this like off gray. For the Starbucks trip, man, I gotta hand it to the VertX. All right, so we talked through a couple of scenarios of why one bag might be better than another. You know, one bag that gets me through when it's time to knock out a dad duty, hands down, has to be the VertX Ready Pack 2.0. Now let's just talk about this bag and we'll talk about, you know, kind of compare each of these a little bit more in depth, kind of give you a more of a feel, a lay of the land. So as I mentioned before, the Ready Pack is this toy soldier color, which is like this cyan, light blue type color on the bottom, maybe grayish with a khaki color on the top. The straps themselves, same, they bring that pattern right around. A little bit of leather built into the straps, which is actually kind of nice. It's actually feels really good. A lot of different areas for you to attach different accessories. You can also put your chest cinch wherever you see fit. This bag includes a waist belt, unlike the 511 bag. And if you don't want to completely detach the waist belt, you can just take it here, stick it inside, and boom, it's out your way, which I prefer to do that because, like I said, waist belts just make me feel fat. So anyhow, I like the leather accents. I like all that good stuff. And on the very back of the bag, there is a pass-through. So if you want to put this on top of some luggage or something like that, boom, you are taken care of with that. Now, VertX has this padding with their logo inside. I will say that this is like a sweat magnet. I wish it had this mesh, this air mesh material throughout the back of the bag and not just on the shoulders. So the shoulders do have a little bit more ventilation. Because of this large logo on the back, when I wear this for an extended amount of time, it's like sweat city. It's a lot of freaking sweat when I wear this thing. So it is what it is. The very, very back is where you access the back panel. this back panel, boom, they let you know immediately. This is where you can put different VertX accessories. So you can put any holsters you have, or you can use this for an additional pocket. So I like the fact that this is accessible that way. The thing about this area, it has a very large pull. So it's called their rapid access tab. So now when you're wearing the bag, you can quickly sling the bag over, and for whatever your dominant hand is, and of course you would practice this, but now you have one large zipper tab to pull. You can reach and get the concealed carry compartment. The 511 bag has way more padding, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's 100% a good thing. So this bag is 25 liters. This is 20 liters. You can tell the difference just putting them both side by side, that clearly there is a slight difference between the two. So the 511 bag has more traditional, more muted padding for the back. It's not the best for ventilation. Matter of fact, this is a sweat city as well. I will give the VertX a leg up on that. Does not have any air webbing on the actual shoulder straps themselves. And this part here is pretty comfortable on your neck, but after a while, depending on how you're wearing this thing, it can start to dig in a little bit. You can move this chest cinch, but you don't have as many options to where you can move this chest cinch as you do with the VertX. This has the slots for a waist strap, but it does not include it. You have to purchase that separately, whether it be from 511 or through a third party. Once again, you can access from the very back of the bag here, and you can decide this is a water bladder area, so you can either run a water bladder back here, or you can run some armor back here, whatever you see fit. You also can remove the padding for the very back of the bag by accessing this Velcro area back here. So the 511 bag has this admin pouch area. So the very front is molle. This is not the laser cut molle. This is more of the traditional style POWs webbing molle. It has a little bit of hook and loop right here in the middle. So if you want to put some morale patches here or some medical identification, it also has more hook and loop Velcro patches up at the top here. This entire front admin pouch, we talked about this during the review for this bag. They both have the similar makeup. So they both have admin pouches in the front. The admin pouches are just a whole bunch of slip pouches with, one zipper pouch, being that the actual zipper pouch for the 511 is longer and you can put bigger, longer items in it, and the zipper pouch for the VertX is not as long. So this does have an area for you to keep your keys, which it may not be the strongest, but at least it exists. I don't see anything like that in the VertX bag. If we kind of move on, we look here, the very top of the 511 bag, we have a pouch where you can put, whatever knickknacks you might want to put in there. And so if you want to keep something that you're going to be using all the time, if you're going to be needing to access it, you can put that in there. Instead of having that same type of pouch here, VertX has elected to go with a grab handle, which I think is very useful, because if you have this laying down on the ground, you can grab this up really quickly, really easily. And you can see that this material bows out a little bit. So if you overstuff this top pouch, which we can go into next, it will allow for a little bit of flex and allow for you to stuff, in theory, stuff too much stuff in there on purpose. You can roll this down and you can purposely expose the molle webbing of the VertX. Now let's just look at this real quickly. So it has 3 rows of molle webbing, the traditional style, with a big hook and loop patch in the middle. You can put whatever you want right here. The very bottom of the bag has an entire hook and loop patch section. So whatever you might want to put down there, it does have the hook and loop, and you can stick stuff down there. And it's nice to be able to put a jacket or something down there. It was what I primarily use it for. We go over, we look at the 511. So the 511 bag does not have that same equal with that large admin. However, it does have the CCW pouch located here. It's extremely hard to access, and it's not very reasonable to use. And it also kind of tears your fingers all up when you do decide to use that pouch. but you can put a CCW in that front area if you see fit. The very top of the 511 bag has a knockaround sunglass pouch. So, you want to put some sunglasses in there, and it's actually kind of oversized. You don't find that here on the VertX. Let's go into the main part of the 511 and just talk about what you get here. So it does have YKK zippers, and the zippers themselves, it does have nice pull loops on here, easy to pull. I will say this is 1050D nylon. It feels cheaper than the VertX. I don't know what the VertX is made of. It just feels way cheaper. So this is just a big pouch that you can use here. So they do have the addition of, with this 2.0 bag, a laptop area. You can put up to a 15-inch laptop in it. My complaint is I keep my laptop in a bulletproof laptop sleeve. And if you haven't seen my review on this, I'll make sure I link this up below. This won't fit in that pouch area. I have to take my actual laptop out, slip it in this area, and boom. But one complaint I do have is this is a 13-inch Chromebook. Look how much is sticking out here. This is the knockaround pouch. It's right on top of there. If you forget to close that knockaround sunglass pouch, you're gonna get your, whatever you have in there all wet. And I've complained before, it's hard to access your actual machine when you have other items in this bag. But I mean, it is a lot of room in here to put, however you want to kit this out. I do wish this was like hook and loop so that I could put, items in here and they would stay put, right? So if I wanted to compartmentalize, 511, they sell gear sets similar to this, right? So this is one of their gear sets where the entire back is the hook and loop, the Velcro material. If it were all Velcro back here, I could stick this wherever I wanted to, but that is not a possibility. Top, they give you two nicely sized mesh pouches. Nothing special about these things here. You can put whatever you want on the top and bottom. And the very bottom of the bag itself does have a little bit more molly webbing. So if you wanted to put something on the bottom of the bag, you can. Now, let's take a look at the inside of the VertX. Before we go inside, as I mentioned, this bag obviously does include the water bottle pouches, as we mentioned earlier, which is a plus. So we're going inside of this bag. The 511 bag opens in a total clamshell. This one does not quite do that. This is about as good as it's gonna get for the VertX, which I kind of do wish it opened a little bit more, but it is what it is. That's what you have to do if you're gonna want to keep your water pouches. The very top of here, a little bit of hook and loop. So, I'm able to put my 511 accessory up here, and I can grab this out. If I need to get quickly access a knife or a flashlight or a little pin that's back here as well, I can access those things. And then there's a little bit of slots if you want to put some pins or chapstick or whatever you want to put in that area. Then it has one large mesh zipper pouch, which kind of looks kind of cool because you can kind of see through it. I think VertX has patented that. It looks pretty neat, man, when you have stuff inside of there. So semi, you can see through semi. Now, one feature that the 511 bag does not have is this quick open feature. So with this tab, I can take it, put it on the very top of the bag here, zip the bag back up, and if I'm in a hurry, simply pull this down and I can quickly gain access to the main compartment. That's a really nice feature. The very back of the bag has the laptop sleeve. Once again, I cannot put the laptop into the laptop sleeve with my book. However, if you look here, my laptop goes further down in here. This can accommodate a 15-inch. I'm pretty confident this could take a 17-inch laptop. If you decided instead of running a laptop down there, you could run a water bladder. This would hold the actual nozzle for the water bladder, and you can run the bladder out of either side of the top of the bag and then run it down a shoulder strap if you see fit. Plenty of room down here on the bottom. Of course, this bag is a little bit bigger, being 25 liters instead of 20 liters. So that's always a bonus. This entire back pouch or the entire back panel here is hook and loop. So as I talked about earlier, if you want to put accessories here and keep those quick access, now you can easily access different things with that quick hook and loop feature. So overall, this bag is pretty nice. So if we look at both bags standing up side by side, they look to be about the same height. The VertX does have a slight edge. So I will say that when the VertX is fully loaded, it sits better. It's more rigid. So when it's fully loaded, I don't really see how useful this Velcro is at the bottom of the VertX. So both bags have their pros and cons. You know, if you ask me which bag I'm keeping, you already know the answer is going to be the VertX. You know, congratulations to our winner for the Rush 12 2.0. I'm going to be shipping that off today. So that's going to be coming in the mail. So, you know, I'm still on this complete struggle to find, you know, my go-to EDC bag. The next comparison is probably going to be the 511 Amp 10, which I've been using for EDC purposes for about 2 weeks. So all three of these bags have been put through it, and I might compare this one next. This one has a lot of features that, you know, kind of work out in its favor, but that's here to come in the future. Hey, but that's it, man. So tell me, what do you think? Which one would you keep? Is there a bag that I should consider that are not one of these two or actually one of these three? Let me know by commenting down below. Make sure you like this video. Let YouTube know that they should share this with other folks. Absolutely, we would love to have you a part of the battalion. If you're not a part of the battalion, just hit the button down below, man. Come on, join the battalion. If you like stuff like this, click here. I'm gonna put some videos up with some other bags. Maybe you get some ideas for yourself. In the meantime, if this is your first time here, welcome. Everybody else, welcome back. We'll speak soon.